Alright guys, what's up? Hold on. Okay. What's going on guys? Welcome to the stream. Alright. Okay. Should help. Let's see. Okay. So SHBH. Okay. Right guys, I'm just gonna be listening to some stuff for like 2, 3, 5 minutes, and I'll respond to your chats if you do have any questions. I'm just going to be quiet for like 5 minutes. So we should be good to go now. Okay, let's have a look at what we're gonna trade today. SHPH, SHPH. Also, it did go for a two-day run. There's still pressure from the top, so very choppy though. Very difficult. Boy, oh boy, very difficult. That is interesting. Interesting. I'll keep it. I'll keep it just in case. Just keep it. Spy. Spy, yeah. Spy is there. What happened? Yeah, it's just a bit of a range, yeah, on Spy. I'll come back to Spy in a minute. But let's get rid of this HSBC from the gapper, put it on the main one. And then I'm just gonna go through. Yeah, yesterday Tilray was Tilray was still a successful trade. It was just to update you, we had yesterday 2 trades running. When I left the stream, Tilray was trading around here. So I was mentioning that under 5, I'll put my hard stop. I think I got out 495, 494, somewhere there for my original stop. So still was a good trade. And after that, it just faded off basically. Complete fade off, as you can see. Lovely move here, but anyways. So Tilray, is it going to produce something decent today? It might. So I'm going to keep that. AVXL is already done. I was looking for shorts on it. Unfortunately, I could not catch it. It's kind of hard to catch it like that. Look at this all-day fader. It's amazing. Just really tight range, and once it broke it, my little one is back from the nursery. So sorry about that. He does tend to do that because he wants to come in, and he's not allowed to come in. They're stopping him from coming in, so he doesn't like that. But anyways, so AVXL is done. Beautiful on that. PDD is interesting. PDD, we had a really decent trade yesterday, and it was against the whole momentum thing, but still we managed to get that short going. Really nice, decent trade. So, and then it chopped around basically. PDD is quite strong. If you're going to short it, make sure it's quick profits like these. Usually when I take shorts, it will be bigger profit taking, like much bigger, right? But because we were going against the main momentum, the trend medium term and short term is uptrending, so we don't want to go against that. Even if we do, we need to making sure we take our partials very quickly, not expecting too much from it, which we did, which was a great trade. So PDD is there. It could produce some decent stuff, but it probably might not be today. I'm going to keep it if we don't find anything good. So Armed was this was a plan basically. I showed it here, and I think I left the stream around here, and I did mention that I was gonna come out of this at the break of the VWAP, but as I was watching this, it really wasn't creating much, and over here it was bringing up some volume, right? So I actually exited way before the VWAP for a break even here on this. For those of you who follow me, they might understand why I did this from the swing high here. I still think it's a bit early because I wasn't going to be able to watch it. I exited with a break even, which was a great exit. The fact that one of the main reasons why I exited it here instead of waiting for it is because it was a momentum based trade. um, when I took the trade, it should have carried on after like 10-15 minutes of the trade. It didn't. Right there and then I was like, okay, this isn't going anywhere, especially when this bounced and reclaimed the EMA. I thought, okay, this is not gonna work. Even if it does, I will not be comfortable. At this point, I was actually sort of, the momentum trade was over, because momentum means you're just following that momentum to the direction that the momentum is. In this case, it was to the downside, and it never came. It just chopped around. It wasn't even choppy. It just died down, basically. Look at the volume. And I said, okay, it's a momentum trade. I need to respect that. It didn't happen, so let me get out. So yeah, it was just, I did actually, it wasn't break even. I think I might have gotten out here, guys. I might be wrong. I made some money on it, not huge, but I had to exit it. So that's, I will call that break even. So those two trades that I left after the stream, that's the update for that. The rest basically, am I going to trade RMED? I might keep it, because the thing is, from these moves, I was expecting kind of a pullback. And yesterday, it kind of gave us a pullback. It kind of did. Because we had a gap down, right? That's in itself is a pullback. But then that gap down didn't continue much. I was kind of expecting a bit of more. That's why I traded this. And at least to the lows, and maybe break the lows would have been nice. That would have been a decent pullback, because I was expecting that. But now it didn't do that. It did give us a pullback, but not much. That kind of shows me that it wants to go higher, and it has some strength behind it. Now, today I'm going to be watching this. 4 is a great level. 420 to 430 is even better level, in my opinion. So you got to watch that. If it pops towards that, there might be shorting opportunities, but if it starts to take those levels out, it could run, right? So RMED, we will look for both longs and shorts on it, depending on where it's trading after the open. AXSM, this was a plan yesterday. I had a huge level at 80, okay, and some decent level here. But I said if it does reach 80, which it did, and it just blew right through it. And I thought, okay, well, 80 is just not respected, not at all. I just left it after that. So, and then after, the rest is history. 80 eventually held, but the level 80 itself held, not the daily level, as you can see, right? So it did hold, but it was just so difficult to catch this unless you were waiting for it to actually break some sort of a trend line like this, right? So over here, that would have been too late anyway, so I don't like to trade at that time. So I probably would have missed it even if I was watching this. So now AXSM as well was due for a proper pullback. Yesterday there was a lot of pressure from 80s, but didn't go far, and we have a volume dying down on it. Just a slight rise on the volume though. This could play out. I'll keep it just in case, but I'm not too happy with the volume. Not too crazy about the stock itself. So, XPEV. These are these are very funny. All these XPEV and NEO and all LIs and your Babas, they are all similar. And why do I say that? These days, what they've been doing is, over the pre-market, we do tend to see a big gap on these. Okay, we see a big gap, and then right at the open or just before the open, it starts to drift down, and off it goes all the way to filling the gap and even more. And this has been consistently happening, right? It has been happening consistently. Look at these days. Look at these days, right? This is a gap up, right? Barely goes and then just drops completely, fills the gap and plus more, right? Anytime it's gapping up, yeah, this is a gap up, right? Didn't do much. That's a gap that continued, but that's also a gap up, and then did the same thing, right? This red here is also a gap up, because remember, this is the close and that's the open. Now look at that, attempts to fill the gap. So every single time it gaps up, pretty much, it wants to fill the gap and continues. But whatever is happening on this NIO, there's more range coming in. As you can see, this is the price action, right? We've been seeing, but now we are seeing this. So things are changing. There's more range when it goes for that direction, whichever direction it takes. It actually goes for a longer and more stronger move to that direction. Usually it chops around a lot. So if that's the case, there's always opportunity. If something that moves in that direction nice and smoothly like this, there's always opportunities. And this is what I call a clean move. So NIO, am I going to keep it? I might keep NIO XPEV on the side just in case, because it is gapping up. It's already filling the gap. There you go, almost filling the gap. It might attempt to do that, so there might be something there. So NIO, I'm just going to keep NIO maybe. Yeah, just keeping NIO. Both of them are pretty much same, XPEV and NIO. All right, so Iova. Yesterday I was looking at this, and thank goodness I didn't trade it, because it's a freaking mess of a chart. It's just nope, not even worth it. This thing you can't trade. It's just from the range of 840 to 780. It's basically just over no, I mean about 60-80 cents range, and it just stayed within that range. Look at this, within that range, didn't do much. Would have chopped you around a lot. So Iova, not really keen on that today. However, though, it's not a low floater, and the volume yesterday was 20. We might see some fading off coming in on this one, because we did see some weakness after the gap. But the only issue with this one is, did it attempt to fill the gap? It tried, but it didn't really do a good job at that, which means it is still gap up, it is still strong. So be careful. If it starts to take out that 8, we could see some sort of a continuation coming in on this one, which is very close to it right now. So that will be my, at the moment, as it stands at the open, line in the sand. If it's trading over that zone here, then I'm going to look for longs, and if it stays under that, very simple, looking for shorts, because I'm not too biased on it. So let's have a look. That's that. So that PDD, we can remove that because it's gapped up. Not gonna move much now. I'm gonna remove PDD. I'm gonna remove whatever I need to. Tilray is difficult to trade as well. As I said, I'm keeping it just in case if we don't find anything on our scanners, and we have to look for that yet to come. So SHBH, this could be something there. RMD, yes, we could see something, and IX, we could see some stuff there. So we'll keep those. All right, let's go to our main watches. BGI. Yesterday DBGI had a strong day, but not as strong as it has been having. So the issue with this one, as you can see, it's very weak overall. There might be a reversal here, but as it starts to pop, like these days, right, it actually gets heavily shorted, heavy pressure from the top. So this thing is getting heavily shorted, and if I'm going to look for anything, it will be shorts. Now, having said that, if you look at this, where are you in the daily picture? Right at the bottom. So if you're going to short it, what are the chances of you getting 5 hours, 10 hours? Not much. So is it worth it? No. So DBGI, I'm going to leave it alone. EH somehow last few days has been running. The only issue with this one was the first day I didn't pay attention to it because it was a very low volume. These things could easily be manipulated, very, very heavily manipulated. But the good thing about this one was actually earnings play. It was an earnings play, and it would have been really decent second day earnings as well. So that is kind of a miss, I would say, from my side, because this this day here, pre-market, was the earnings, and it started to run for it. And this is very typical, washes off. Yeah, beautiful. Actually, this is a very, very clean setups there. Very clean setups on 5 minutes as well as I believe on 2 minutes. So we look at on 1 minute. Okay, so it washes off. That's your high of day. It rejects from it, comes back, VWAP holds. But then have a look at this, guys. Look at the gaps in between the candles, you know. That shows you illiquidity. It's very illiquid. Even if I saw this, I probably wouldn't have traded this. But daily looks beautiful, intraday not so much. Yeah, so EH I'm going to leave it alone because volume is already done anyways. So just looking at some other stocks. Let's have a look at our Tesla. Okay, so Tesla is overall weak lately compared to the market, very weak. So yesterday was pretty much everything was red anyways, but this one daily, when it comes to it, looks far worse than everything else. So, and I was also looking at maybe we'll keep Tesla as well in here, because just in case we had that continuation to the downside today again. What was it? Amazon. Yesterday I remember Amazon mentioning that if we were going to short anything, it probably might be Amazon. A much better deal. Yeah, it seemed like a really decent move, but I preferred Tesla yesterday. But look at Amazon, where it's at. This level here, 9070s, 9080s, is a crucial level for Amazon. This level here, plus we've got 1950s. So basically, this here until 1950s, this whole zone area is a very big level for Amazon. Yeah, 1950, so something like that. It is, this one, it looks even weaker than Tesla, which I mentioned yesterday as well. So might as well keep an eye on Amazon. If you're going to short anything, if SPY starts to show weakness, might be better to keep an eye on Amazon. So this is the zone this is the one I'm watching, around 1950s all the way to 9070s, something like that. In fact, here, that's our zone on this. Voila. That is what I'm looking for on Amazon, which is already drifting off. It's going to hit that level quite soon. It seems like it wants to hit it. Now, it also, daily looks also, it wants to take that out. Once that gets taken out, this whole thing, let's say it gets taken out from here, 9050, then There's a big room. There's a big room. So let's just do that. So live announcement is producing. Okay, yeah. I think on Discord the live announcement is kind of working. It didn't used to. 9:38. 9:38. Which time frame is it looking at? But anyways, I'll post it on the general chat as well. But it is actually showing on the live announcement as well. But that's the stream for Discord. For our members in Discord, should be good to go. All right. So where were we? So we're talking about these big names, and let's get back to our watch lists. IQ is also one of those that I saw, but it's a very low price stock, and it'll be difficult to trade. Yeah, Nasser, NU, PLTR also looks good. SWN, AMC also looks good for possible shorting opportunities. There's a lot. AMC and PLTR. Let's have a look at those. AMC definitely looks good. We have, as you can see, we have traded AMC in the past quite a bit. So now 750, 750. What's the range we're getting on these? ATR, okay. ATR for 14, okay. So it's just basically right now at 77.05. 77.05. I mean 77 cents. So less than $1 range on average. And we're talking, you know, if it happens to be these kind of days, 785 to 730, that's like 30-40 cents, not even worth it. But because these recent days have been big, it might be worth it, but I'm not gonna put it. What's up, Zell? How's it going? How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave those alone. Short squeeze. Anything on that? Nope. And right after Neo, XPEV, RLX technology. Low price stock. Billy Boy. Yes, I was watching Billy Boy yesterday. I don't mean to say Billy Boy. It's just I like to call it Billy Boy. Billy. Look at this. Pretty similar to Neo. As I said, Neo and the others, we do already have them. So I think, let me have a look if I have a Chinese sector here. If I have created any watch list on the Chinese stocks. Might be a good idea to do that because it has been moving, guys. These things have been moving. So let's say we can always keep it on the theme based. Yeah, I'm gonna put theme on it because these days they have been moving. So what I want to do is put Neo there, put Li there, XPV there, Billy Boy there, BABA there. Pretty much Chinese stocks, really, you know. And we'll keep it on the side there just in case if one starts to run or drop, then we can actually find opportunities on the other ones. That's that. Yeah, I'm trying to look for anything really crazy interesting. I don't see anything at the moment, but that could change within. Well, actually, to be honest, by now we should have seen something. I gotta be honest with you. I don't see anything crazy. I'm not gonna lie. On top of my head, I can't really say, oh, look, Zell, you know what? Let's we're gonna have to watch this, right? And there are days that I will say that, you know. There are days I'll say like, guys, you know, this is something really really decent to watch, and if you're gonna watch one thing, it'll be this. So today I can't say anything about, but that's pretty much the watch list. Let me go through the watch list again quickly. Well, we look at the SPY gapping down, up and down. Obviously, it hasn't done. Yesterday was a very weak day, which I was expecting. I was mentioning, guys, we are gonna get a pullback. Expect that pullback, and as long as it's over 390, I still stand by the market being in a bull market. But then again, from here to there, it was a massive jump, a massive bounce anyways. But we're looking at the break of this trend line here. Once that breaks, we are going to probably see a lot more move to the upside. So slow move to the upside will start to take place. And this trend line will be over and done with, which means that's the end of the medium term bear market, right? So that's what I think anyways on SPY. That's what I'm waiting for on it. At this point, it's right at the highs, close to that trend line, close to those levels, a lot of levels there, around 410s to 407s. And it has to take that out. And if it doesn't take it out, it's going to chop around here a few days, just like these here. And then when the time comes, hopefully we'll be there to catch it. SPY is not so crazy at this point. Levels that I have is 399 and 401s. In between, it's just going to be a chop, right? So that's what I'm watching. Okay. Neo, as I mentioned, I'm watching it just in case. You know, these are moving every day, gapping and moving. So we'll see. Tesla kept it because it's a weaker stock. If we were seeing anything weak on the SPY, Tesla and Amazon might be a better choice. So Tesla and Amazon might be a better choice to short. Tilray, I kept it because Tilray is very difficult. Yesterday I traded with some success, of course, but it's a very difficult stock. You know, it just doesn't give you what you want at that time. So I'm going to remove that. Although it looks really nice for shorting opportunities today. And if once I remove it, it's going to give us really decent opportunity. But I've already removed it from the watch list. If you guys want to keep it, keep it. If I was going to trade it, I'll probably trade it short. SHPH is also in the watch just in case because there could be some range into this, but 340s to 240s, that's $1 for a $3 stock. Yeah, that's fine. Not too crazy. Again, it's not too crazy. RMED is something that could provide something to the short side and to the long side. So we will have to find, because there's some decent range on this one, RMED. But just remember that yesterday's volume just died down, right? Yesterday's volume on RMED was less than 5 million, which is, these are the days you want to be trading, right? Hold on. Yesterday's volume wasn't actually. Is it showing today's volume, this one? Could be. That actually could be true. But it's not though. No, yesterday's volume was just under 5 million. And then, yeah, we have a few days ago. Really decent move. So RMAD is also not too crazy. AXSM, yesterday it started moving and then rejection came in from 80s that we were watching, that daily level. But again, look at this, rising volume. Yes, but volume is less than 5 mil. It's just not too crazy. Too crazy. As you can see, ATR is rising on this bad boy. Oh, I can't prove. Nothing crazy. Sorry, Zell. Nothing crazy. Now, let's have a look at our pre-market before I actually wrap this up. VVNT. That's got to be an acquisition. I'm not going to even look at it. It's an acquisition. ANGH. No. GTLB. Yeah, this is the only gap that's interesting actually, GTLB. Because this is an earnings gap and we could have some earnings play on it. So I'm going to keep this actually. GTLB. That's not bad, guys. We might have something. We might have something. Let's get rid of this and then put my earnings plays here. So we have GTLB. That's an earnings play. It's gapped up because of that. Post market started run, but pre-market today basically starting to drift off, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. But what I want to see is it's showing strength. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. It might be difficult to draw, but if you curve it, this is really respecting that trend line there from there. So we are at 43, which is right at that level. 44, sorry, 44s. That trend line is hitting that 44 now. This right there, 44, 45. So it's rejecting from there. Now it's very, very easy to decide now what we're going to do on this one. That's our decision making tool. Once it starts to take over that and it starts to hit over 45s, this zone here, we can look for longs on this one. And these are the type of stocks that's gonna go and do some decent moves. So what is the earnings on it? Yeah, so basically instead of okay, so quite a bit of a difference basically. The earnings numbers are good. So we'll keep an eye on this one. This is the only one that kind of makes me think that it might be worth to stay and trade. But this might actually work out a bit later on. Watch out for that first half an hour, that massive chop price action on this. Usually you get that on earnings plays. Right, okay, BIVI. BIVI looks good. Why is it not popping on my radar? Well, the volume. BCDA. It's gone. It's done. That's it, guys. That's pretty much what I see. And I'm going to post a watch list. As I mentioned, GTLB is the only one that I probably will trade. And Iova, I'm gonna keep it on the other one. It's no gap up. Alright, this is the watch list. Let's have a look. Alright, let me just save this and post it on Discord. Hold on. Yeah, I'll check it in a minute. Let me just post this first. Watch list, and that is our watch list, guys. Boom. Yes, sir. Okay, so what am I thinking about this? What are we looking at? GTLB. Really nice levels there. 4.5, 43.4. Decent levels, yeah. Yep. Let's pull back to that. Lovely. Let me pull up GTLB because I need to do my own proper levelings on this on my other charts. So we are looking at. I'm just gonna do it on my other charts, guys. GTLB. Okay, hold on. Let's have a look. So basically on GTLB 43 right there actually is one level right there, of course, and this bounce actually could this could be worth the bounce play, but until about 43.20s. And then the other one I was watching, this one 45s. Yes, that 45 also is a decent intraday level. Also kind of daily level. So you gotta watch this. Here's the thing with this one, GTLB. If you are taking long biased approach on this one, what you can say is, look, I'm gonna try to sort of see if I can bounce play on this 43.40 level until it breaks that 43. You can stay in the trade, right, and get in early on it, right? But now, if you don't want to do that, usually I will do that sometimes, but it's a bit of a more like advanced front side play. If you don't want to do that, let it come back up, let it take out that VWAP, let it create some sort of a pattern trying to show you that it wants to go, and then you look for that longs after that. So that way you are confirming a little bit strongly the trade. But I might start early. I'll see. But the next levels, let's discuss the next levels. 46, around 46 area will be definitely next level, close to 46, which you've got that right there. Zell. 46.50 is better level there. 46.50. This level here is much better level there. But then those levels they you know, which as it gets there, how it respects it, how it responds to that is what matters. So this is what we have on this. Looks kind of okay to me, to be honest. GTLB, let's have a look at that. Yeah, very nicely restored for sure on GTLB. I agree. All right, let me just put this BRB. I'm still here. I just need to load up my other platform here. Don't want you to be checking out my account details. All right, time for me to load up some. Let's have a look at this. All right, let's come back to the charts. Let's come back to them charts, lol. So it hasn't really opened up. Last was 160. Okay. All right. So I'm ready to rock and roll on this one, and that's pretty much what we're going to trade. If you're going to be trading this, just be patient with it. I think you want to have some room for your stop, or what you can do is just like I do. I have few losers, few very small, tiny losers, according to the momentum, and also just keep trying as long as it's not taking out that 14. That's our land in the sand. 43, just over 43. If that gets taken out, chance of it drifting more will be there, to be honest. But if it doesn't, if this holds and starts to bounce, we can always start early, slowly. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Okay, so here we are. No. We've got 20 minutes to go for the market open. We've already come down on this 43.50. Beautiful. This level is quite strong level in my opinion, guys. So I think I'm gonna rely on that and maybe start early on it. What else? Okay. What's our SPY doing? Just to pop. Look at this level, guys. This is the level I was watching. Look at that bounce. Comes back and bounces. These levels, don't ignore them, guys. Don't ignore them. From the top, I've got 400 level, yes, but it's not as strong now because it has been violated a lot of times. So recently, but then remember, 400 is a massive number. So there will be a lot of orders sitting there. That's what creates a level. If there's a lot of orders sitting at those levels. The reason why I put it on gray is because it's weaker level than this today. And we've got 401, by the way, a much stronger level. So pay attention to those levels. We might have a, I feel like we might have a green day on SPY. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like it. There goes the hit on the 400 on SPY. It's trying to hit that, but let's see if it is able to take that out pre-market. Morocco versus Spain. Let's go. To be honest, I support both of them. Morocco, to be honest, I support both, but I would like Spain to win because here's the thing. If Morocco wins, right, how far are they going to go? Right? But if Spain wins, you can keep on supporting. You've got more matches to look forward to. So you got to be a bit analytical on this. So we're seeing some sort of a bounce coming in on GTLB, which is not too shabby. So we are at 43.70, 43.80s. That bounce came in. Volume is going to pick up on this one later. It's pretty normal. I wish it was a bit more than this, to be honest. It could have been way more than this. A post-market volume after the earnings announcement really came in big, right? And then it died down. And over here in the pre-market, normally if this earning was a pre-market and this gap was because of pre-market, we would have a lot of volume on it because I think people, again, big money is already invested in it from here, guys, from here. And then these are all us, basically. These are us trading now. We're trying to sort of catch up with the big names. Big pockets. Not big names, big pockets. 400 is getting hit. 400 is also getting hit. It's gonna get taken out, and there you go. 400 is getting hit on SPY. It'll be interesting to see if it holds or not. Yeah, it is holding nicely on GTLB for sure. Now what you can do is, like, because it's actually held that level, you can consider this low of that area to be that area where you say, oh, you know what, I'm just going to leave it alone. Or if you have taken anything here, then you could say, well, I'm just going to exit here. Although the original plan would be to exit just under the zone, obviously. But this is what I meant by if you're going to take it to small losers on it. Right? So you have quite a bit of options there. To be honest, it's not to do with that. It's kind of uncomfortable to be taking it from there. I get that. It's not easy, but that's not the end of the trade there. There's more opportunities there later on. I think there will be better opportunities. So even if you start small, let's say you take on this one, let's say you take 100 shares, right? If you are not comfortable, but if you think there is a trade there, take 30, right? Take 20, but get yourself in it, because once you get yourself in it, you will focus on it and you will just build up that experience playing those things. Look at that 400 level still, playing out, although it's not as strong, but 400 could be a definitely great level to watch. I would think that SPY might break this and then start holding over it. And if it does that, SPY could end up being nice green today. We'll just have to see. All right, what do we got? So what are our relative strength in the big names? Let's have a look quickly. Yeah, Apple seems to be relatively strong. Daily doesn't look that bad. I believe Microsoft also is a stronger one. I think Microsoft is a stronger one out of them all. And AMD and NVIDIA looks, they are quite strong as well. Yeah, so what about Disney? Disney looks weak. Yeah, Netflix was also one of the strongest ones. Netflix is amongst those, Netflix is probably the stronger one. Yeah, definitely. So overall, if we are going to take any longs on the big names, it'd probably be 312s. What's Apple looking like? Apple is a bit choppy though. Anything else popping? It's too late anyways for anything else to pop, and see if we can. ANG. Yeah, that was done. Oh, huge resistance on this on 3. Why is this gapping? Okay. But that's a long time ago. That news is not new. Okay. SMMT. Let's have a look. Yeah, SMMT is low price stock. It is moving. 79. It's gapped up to all the way to 1.3. What's the reason for the gap though? There's basically definitely talk of a partnership of some sort with the Akeso. I have no idea who that company is, what that do, but there seems to be some sort of a deal between those two companies, which seems to be bringing positive reaction, positive reaction to the SMMT. So the catalyst, I'm not too crazy about the catalyst because at the end of the day, I think it's the biotech, still biotech. But I think there could be something there. Catalyst isn't as weak as like, phase 1, phase 2, whatever on the biopharma. But this one is definitely something to do with the partnership and a deal. So yeah, they definitely could run. Definitely could run. Yeah. Interesting, really. SMMT, what is the float on it? Do you know? Yeah, it's not a high price stock. It's not really. It's a small cap still. Although float is high, yes, but it's still a small cap, I would say. $35 million. Okay. Is it the same across the board? It's not very high. It's very small cap, yeah. Across the board is the same, is it? It's so far it's trading 14 million volume. 14 million volume is traded. Quite a bit, but it's a low price stock. So yeah, it's 30 million. So let's say 30 million, yeah. Okay. Let's see what it does actually around the open. Anyways, we've got about 2 minutes to open. 2 minutes to the open, guys. 2.2 seconds. I believe I have my settings set on low latency, not ultra low latency. I've been having issues with that ultra low latency because my OBS cannot catch up, and I found out that the issue is the internet over here. It's not the speed, it's the ping. All right, it's the ping. So yeah, CSL, best of luck with the open, buddy. I know you trade the open, but for us guys, we're gonna relax on the open. I'll see what happens. The only thing I would say is I'll keep an eye on GTLB just in case at the open. And if it starts to move the way I want it, I wouldn't mind taking it at the open or after the open. So let's go. SMMT also looks interesting, but if you keep your stop very tight, yeah. Okay, so and we've got our T. All right, guys, Mark's about to open in about 20 seconds. I wish you the best of luck. Take it easy at the open, guys. If you can, wait for that 5 minutes chop, initial chop, unless you're a scalper. All right. All right, Mark's open. Let's go. So let's watch this gapper. It might be more interesting than others. There goes our GTLB. Very volatile though, very volatile. Neo is also similar to what I was expecting earlier. As I mentioned, Neo is washing off. And GTLB just playing around that 43 level. It actually had a really good pop towards the 4480s. But that's pretty much the open drive. That's pretty much normal on GTLB. And look at that SMMT. Looks good. Good for a possible longs on it. On SMMT, we want that 141 to break and close above that. So if it doesn't, then especially if it takes out the VWAP, then that might be it for a while for it. But As long as it's holding over VWAP, we should be quite okay with it. SPY is also trying to attempt to take that 400. It's struggling to do that, but since it's open, we might see that 400 get taken on SPY quickly. And SMMT is about to take that out. So I think GTLB is done. It hasn't really sort of reclaimed the VWAP. But then again, it's still early. These things could produce later on after half an hour, 1 hour. We'll see if it does reclaim that. At the moment, it's better to leave it alone. NEO was a very decent trade, which I kind of missed because I was looking at SMMT. So NEO is beautiful short, and SMMT is about to move. There we go. Is there a net point here? Could be, but I would rather it break 150. If it does break 150, I might add to it as well. But just watching this, I don't want this rejection coming in. I didn't like that rejection, so I exited very quickly. It was kind of scalp, so very quick exit on this one. But yeah, this is what I mean. Like it just doesn't look good. Oh wow, there you go. There you go. There it goes. What an exit, huh? What an exit. What an exit on this. So when I say what an exit, this is what it looks like. Summit. So basically, I don't know how to zoom in. Okay, here we go. So Summit, as you can see, after the open, I took it around 140, just under 140 when the volume started building up. But I was looking for this very quick move of 140 break and still holding above it. As I mentioned, it needs to close up above. None of these close above the 140 except for that one. And I was like, okay, well, this is looking good. And in fact, if that closes the way it is, and if it takes 150s, I'll take more. I'll add more. It didn't. It actually briefly did a stop run and then rejected. This rejection I didn't like at all, so I had to be quick on it. So entry here, exit here. Very basically quick break-even trade. Could have been really bad here. I would have had to exit here because it's just a break of this low here now. So I would have had to give that at least 1 hour, just over 1 hour, maybe close to 1 hour, yeah. But now it's break even, so I'm happy with that. I'll leave it alone if it starts to pop again, but I doubt it. But the one that we were watching, GTLB has also broken this level, so it's kind of looking like it wants to drift off. Gotta be honest with you. But I'll keep this on my watch, because if it does take this level out, especially with this kind of move, then I don't mind taking this again. And our SPY is basically kind of trying to attempt to take this 400 level out. Look, every time it goes there, gets rejected, but it's trying to really take it out. And we've got a much stronger level at 399 here. So we are actually fighting in between these levels. It's a very clear decision for us. We can actually wait for either to get taken out. I prefer the 400 get taken out, because that way SPY is going to be with its main trend to the upside, which is going to be easy decision making for me. Yeah, GTLB, definitely. That rejection, the first open rejection, and also the break of that, yeah, definitely. And look at this. I mean, it takes this out, right? It takes it out and then does a really, really decent move down. So you will see this, although this being a earnings play, but I've seen earnings plays go all the way to the gap fill plus more. I've seen that quite a lot, actually. So you gotta remember to respect those levels more than the main bias. You have to be able to switch your bias very quickly if things turn against it. Tesla was again very clean short under one. Oh, I keep missing Tesla. Yesterday was a beautiful trade. We were talking about with Oasis. Tesla really done a really decent. Again, same thing, beautiful. Look at that. Look at my level here, guys. I missed on that one. So basically, I am actually, my main bread and butter is these kind of moves. And I have been kind of ignoring it lately because of the earnings season being around the corner. Where we've traded earnings really nicely. The season was great. But now I need to pay more attention to these, my bread and butter, basically. And that is working out beautifully. I mean, look at this. And we looked at... I did mention NEO as well that we missed. Beautiful, man, beautiful. SMMT was a really low price stock, so I didn't plan on shorting it anyways, but it looks even better, right? So all of these, our bread and butter setups are working out absolutely crazy today. Oh, dude, well done. Happy birthday, first of all. Congrats. Many congrats to the parents. Wish them a best of luck for the next 2 years. I'm talking about the sleep, yeah? Anyways, yeah, no, jokes aside, man. Congrats to them. Congrats to the parents. And yeah, enjoy yourself, buddy. You want a virtual cake? Amazon is actually showing quite strong. Look at the SPY go, guys. Look, SPY broke that 399 again. So in this case, we come to realization that 400 actually was not such a bad level after all. Right? That was a much stronger level than 399. 399 got broken easily. So there we go. All right, buddy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Also, RMED, RMED. RMED, this one looks like a nice long, to be honest, over 420. Issue here is, actually, I'm going to take that. RMED. The only issue is the volume. I'm going to take this, guys. For 417, I think I got 417. Okay, let's bring in more volume. Okay, let's go. 417. Okay, we've got this level here, 428, 430s, which can be a partial area, but I'm kind of a bit greedy on this, to be honest. Wow, SPY. There goes RMED. Come on, RMED. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Bring that volume back. Dude, SPY is just completely crashing. And it's that 945. So, yeah, well, let me get ready to take some out on RMED. 430s is a level. Oh wow, look at the SPY. This is looking good, guys. I'll just manage it myself on the side, but I need to show you SPY. Crazy, look at this. Whew, that level gives up and then off it goes. Whew, big red day. To be honest, I was kind of hoping for a green day today. Not that I have anything invested on the big caps at this point, but hopefully what I'm thinking is yeah, the red day is like, it's not that big. We're talking 400 all the way to 390. It looks bad though. It looks bad. But I'm quite interested in RMED at the moment, which is popping. Let's go RMED. 32s. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on, pop. Volume RMED. Looking not too bad. Come on, Baba. There he goes. There he goes. There's my RMED. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. About to take the partial. 440. 3 if I can get hit. If not, 442 is fine as well. 443. Okay, not too bad. 443. 443. RMED 443. Beautiful, very quick trade, guys. Let's see, where's my RMED? Here we go. All right, 443 is the partial here. What an amazing partial. Look at this. Almost top ticked it. And it's now doing a big massive push down, which is kind of not so good. I would like it to be a little bit minimal, but it's bringing a lot of volume. This huge volume came in because of this rejection from the 450, 440 level. So looking very, very decent. Very decent. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are looking decent. Now we can put your stop on the 417s on the break even. For me, I'll just put it just under it, just in case. I want to give it some room to work out. If it does, then great. If it doesn't, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Do not like it. Do not like it. I does not like that. I just need a swing to be created so I can actually trying to give it some room, a fighting chance for it to pull to continue. And it has that look over the daily. It has that look that it can continue, but it doesn't want to, I think. Let's go. Come on, create that swing low. Create that swing low so I can base my stop off of that. All right, so why is my chart stuck or something? No, it's not. So now we can call it like just around 415, 416s. We can actually take that the remaining out if it goes there, right? Now we've created this nice little swing. We don't want it to be closing under this swing now. If it does, I'm out. That's very, very easy decision now. Now it's easier for me, the decision. At this point, when it's washing down, it's very difficult because it's just, most of the cases, those wash downs come back with a bounce, right? So now I can easily take it off in case if it does go and close below that. Yeah, heavy pressure though. That's the thing. Heavy pressure coming in. So yeah, I'm still trying to give it some room, but it's showing weakness, man. It's I might be too aggressive on it. Yes. Why is it not loading my charts? It's not loading on. The good thing about this also is SSR. SSR is on this one. So come on, RMD, RMED. This is not really loading properly, RMED. So volume at this point is about 630. This could definitely bring more volume though. GTLB is popping, but we will have to wait for the VWAP break on GTLB. Let's go RMED, buddy. Come on, pop over 450. If it does actually close above 450, we've got a squeeze coming on this one. In fact, even now it looks okay, but we just don't want it to be going under this swing low. And, worst case scenario, we don't want it to be trading under VWAP. As long as it's staying over that, I'm cool with it. I'm going to stay with my remaining partials on it. I've already taken really great partial from 418 all the way to 442, guys. I'm kind of relaxed on it. Let's go RMED. This is not looking good. I might have to lighten up more though. I just don't like the price action here. Keep saying that. I keep saying that. The good thing is, here's the thing, what's making me stay in this trade, right? We've got a pullback, which is actually a declining volume. So this pullback could be the secondary move. Secondary moves are always like, it's going to take its time. It's going to play around, chop around. But then when the primary move happens, it's going to bring in more volume, thus creating more momentum to the upside in this case. So if that's the case, it'll be good to wait for it. That's the only thing that's keeping me with this. I just don't like what it did around this area here. Huge dump of shares there. I bet it was probably from people whoever got in here, and then they realized they've pushed it enough so that they can dump it, which they did, which is never good for a stock, for a stock's momentum, because this is what it creates. But as far as I know, it's looking good. Wow, what a trade. What a trade, guys, on Apple, especially Tesla, NIO. We had really decent trades on it. I mean, setups. We didn't take it. I couldn't take it, but there was definitely a decent setup there. RMED, come on, let's go, baby. Let's go. Wow, NIO is bouncing again. NIO is bouncing strong. NIO. Wow, weak market today, huh? Quite weak. SPY is drifting down. Still keeps on drifting. Now it is definitely on this trend line here. If it closes below it, then we might see more rejection towards 390s over the next, like, I'll say, like week or so. But if this trend line holds, we might see a bounce coming in later during the day. Wow, Apple drifting down. That's going to pull SPY with it. AXSM is bouncing. GTLB is still kind of chopping around, which it usually does, these kind of stocks. All right, so I'm going to be very careful with RMED. I might exit early, guys. It's just that area here, 435 on RMED, has really held strongly, this area here. And every time it went to the tick, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it's actually rejecting badly from there. So I'm not going to lose on the remaining partial on this one. That's what I'm going to say. But I really like, I'm hoping that it stays and holds this area here, because this area is also a level that it broke out of and it pulls back to it, which is normal. But if it holds, the more it holds, the more chance of it really sort of going for the high of daybreak is there. And once that happens, then we're set to go. Oh, come on, dude. So we have got to... Okay. RMED is the only one I'm in at the moment, guys. We're still waiting. Okay, there we go. It's popping, it's popping. Guys, I wanted to add on that. I couldn't. I was just a bit too late on it. But it's popping nicely. This is why we waited. Look at that. This is what we waited. I wanted to add here, but it was just too kind of too iffy at that point. But now your stop definitely, as I mentioned, this needs to hold for me, which it did. Now we got to respect that and stick with it, guys. Right? So our stop has to be under this. Even if it's hard stop, it could be under this low because it did respect that earlier. So for me, that's the case. That also means that I am, worst case scenario, I'm going to be out, break even, or plus some more. So it's a good trade for me. It ended up being a really decent trade. What I'm going to do for me, I'm going to do the break even thing, my hard stop, but my mental stop, if it starts breaking this for 30s, for 25s, then I'll take it out early. Which it seems like it's doing a lot of rejection from this area here. This has the potential to trap a lot of short sellers, guys. And you wanna ask yourself whether, you know, like the major question here is, let's say for example, if we don't look at what's going on overall, this thing is very weak, right? And there's a lot of things going against longs on this one, which is basically it just gets shorted heavily every time it pops. It gets, look at this, gaps, drops, gaps, drops, goes, gaps, drops every single time, gaps, fills the gap, fills the gap, fills the gap. So this is history, and it's very recent history, and it's a lot of short sellers are looking at this, and there is a reason why it does that, guys. The fundamental might not be holding this thing. You know, there's a lot of news on it, but then, you know, the confidence in the stock isn't there. So that's why it doesn't go further. And in fact, it gets shorted heavily. What's happening here is we are getting that pop again. But this time around, we have to be a bit careful, right? You see the difference in the pops? Look at these pops, okay? What's the volume? No volume. Look at these pops. What's the volume? No volume. No volume, no volume. Compared, relative I'm talking about. But if we zoom in, there is obviously volume, but relative. Look at the difference in what's happening now and before. The only time that it created huge volume was this area here, this pop and drop, right? You have to pay attention to that because now a lot of short sellers are pretty much screwed on this. There it goes. There it goes. They're still fighting it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this still like really low volume. I think if it starts to go, that's 4 million volume. It has to go more than that because it's a very low price stock. It could still create a lot more volume. The more volume it creates, the higher it trades, the more trap short sellers are going to be in it. Because these are kind of stocks that short sellers love to blindly front run short this thing. And I can understand, and I'll do it myself, like over and over again. I'll do it myself, looking at everything behind the whole thing. But that is why it makes it more likely to create a short squeeze stock, right? Because a lot of people shorting here, shorting there, in fact, shorting yesterday maybe or the day before, is getting trapped at it. So that's what I think on it anyways. And one and done could be it today, guys. And I don't mind that, to be honest. One and done, I'll take that. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze is coming. More volume. I know there's a lot of rejection coming. Yes, there's a lot of, obviously, still fight in there. I just wish at that pop I could have taken Samara out, but hopefully this is going to pop again. There it goes. There it goes. Come on, come on, come on. Pop, 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 pop. Yes, I got the partial on it, guys, but I'm not too happy with what I did there. 463. I actually took it out 463, and I knew that was about to break, and I still took it. It was just silly of me. Could have taken a much better price, 463. This is what I'm talking about, guys. If you do go back to listen to this, 463. Where is it? No, 463. Yeah, 463. This is what I mean. Like 463 wasn't a good area to take partial. This was it. You know, this has a potential, as I mentioned. You know, I've been telling you this is a squeeze potential and candidate. Now, yes, I am really, really good green on it. Yes, but a mistake is a mistake, guys. As I took this, I watched the volume come in. I watched the tape, and I was like, just wait a second, but I didn't. We're never happy. That's the trader lifestyle for you. Look at this squeeze coming in now. Look at this squeeze coming in. There's another partial coming in, right? 5, just before 5. If you are in it, I'm gonna twist your arm to take some out. Okay, just before 490, 492s, 495s, you've got to take out. Otherwise, you're not welcome. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. Right? I'm not kidding, guys. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Ahmed. Ahmed. Let's go. Oh, dude, 450. Dude, Zell, you are actually a scalper. So from 420 and 430s to 4, that's a huge percentage for a scalper, bro. So you should be happy with that. Honestly, you should be happy. If it's full in, full out, yeah, I know your risk is very tight. So that's a good trade, bro. That's really, really good trade. Remember, not everything runs like this, right? What you're doing is fine. Just get that confidence back. We need that for you, and just build up on that. That's all you need at this point. There's always plenty of chances. Don't, good trade is a good trade. Here's about the pop. 490 gets taken out. There's a lot of sellers there as well, but look at this volume, guys. Look at this bad boy. And look at this pullback now. We are declining on the pullback. We are rising on the move up. Very simple maths. And I've been saying that over here, guys. At least I'm not worried about this increasing on the pullback, right? So pay attention. Exactly, man. You gotta stick to that. If scalping was working for you, then why change it? You've seen me have a winner, and then it turns out to be break even or small loser, most of the time loser, right? You've seen me do that. It's the way it is, buddy. I'm okay with that, but you're not. And that loser for me would have turned out a winner for you. There's a difference. So you've got to remember that. Here we go. Let's go over that, and then I'll take one more partial, and I can just leave it alone. In fact, I want to take it. It's just struggling here. Break time, though. Struggling here big time. Come on, pop. There it goes. Oh, it's gonna pop or not. 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 Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, keep an eye on GTLB as well, guys. We have that. We have GTLB looking good. Okay, I took partial on the RMED. To 491. 491. I think it's 492 or something like that. I'll check the price in a minute, guys. Just right about here. On this pop, this is exactly what I meant. If you hadn't taken on 495, 492, 493s, you are just like, you're not doing the right thing. I don't care what style of trader you are, your long terms. If it's moving from 3.94s all the way to 5s, especially for a stock like this, look at the level at 5s. There's so many things going out and going against you if you don't take that, right? You've got to. It doesn't matter, even if it had taken that 5 out and ripped for it. No, you still had to take that money in the bank. Let me show you on what I did on this one, guys, because it's definitely something that is worth showing. The chart looks beautiful. That's why I wanna brag about it. Okay, so look at this beauty, right? And it just doesn't get any better than this, to be honest. Now, this is the level that I took, about 417, 418, something like that, 419 maybe, around that area. And look at the volume that has been rising. Now, it's not very visible because of this huge volume coming in, but at that point, this volume was very obvious when it started picking up from here. So I didn't actually take on this one. I waited for the second continuation of the volume. Once it did, that's when I hit it. So that was the really like timed entry. I could have entered way earlier, but that would have been too early, right? Partial, look at this. It ripped. I couldn't get anything here, but as soon as it closed, this is actually very close to the close of this. So imagine this being here. So as you know me, I always take my partial on the rip, which it did. Okay. On this one, by the way, my stop at this point when I traded it, it was here, just under, more or less. Let's say more or less. I was talking 413, 411s around that area, right? That's what I was mentioning right there. Okay. So from here. So that's just over 1 hour. And then as it started to go, that's another partial there for you. And the rest is basically history. So 1 partial, 2 partials right there, and then 3 beautiful partials. And the rest, I could just let it run with the VWAP, and I'll still have a nice little runner from 419s, 418s, all the way to who knows what it's going to do today. All right, that's the trade for RMED, and that's the only trade I believe I took. And I'm about to take GTLB as well long, so just saying. All right, guys, that's the update for the trade. Beautiful trade. RMED. By the way, this is RMED. I should have actually taken yeah, it shows here, right? Perfect. There you go. Dude, you probably you don't know me then in that sense. Zella, I'm not just a short. Remember, it's all about the environment, right? It's all about the environment. What environment are we in, right? And you've seen this, right? Lately, what have I been doing? Have I been shorting more or longing more? Mostly longing, and actually doing really well with it. It's just the environment. You've got to switch with it. And I love shorting, yes. And that will be back. It will be back. Don't get me wrong. And there will be times where there will be only shorts, and in days like these, there's only longs, right? But having said that, I did actually miss quite a few opportunities today. I'm not gonna lie, on big names, and this was actually something that I had planned, and this is why I create these levels. And I say to myself, give myself conditions. Okay, let's talk about Tesla, right? I give myself condition on these, and you know clearly what I'm talking about, right? I don't need to explain why I do this. If lower level breaks, keep it simple, that is weakness in the market, and there's a lot of opportunities on, and it broke. And let me tell you about the opportunities on this, right? Tesla opportunity, right? NIO, beautiful opportunities. Although later on, yes, but there was another one, Apple, beautiful opportunities. Even okay, let's say we missed that. Where are you? Right? Let's say we missed that. You know, this right here, beautiful opportunity. So I didn't catch them all. I wish I did, but it is what it is. I had a beautiful trade, and one and done, guys. One and done. Now let's get back to GTLB. GTLB. If you had seen the new video that I posted, Zell, on the YB Elite, the new, especially the new, the setup, the strategy, right? The earnings go. This is it, right? That's why I am looking into longing this. In fact, right about now. $42.68. 42.63. 42.63 I took, guys. 42.60, 63, 64, something like that. On long on what's the name? On GTLB 42. 70 something, I think. Why does it show 70? 72, I think. Yeah, 42.72. So that's the long on GTLB. And for this one, usually, okay, hear me out, usually it's the low of day. That's it. Leave it alone, right? For me, I don't do that. I don't like to keep my stop so low that it's like that's like $2-3. What I would, however, do is if this closes under 42, I'll get out of it with minimal loss, minimal. But if it starts to continue to rip and continue to stay above the VWAP, I'll manage it and maybe even add to it. Again, the idea with this one is if it stays strong, i.e. if it closes above our levels, especially this level here, I would really like it to close over 45, obviously, but if it closes over 44s, by that time we would have a sloping VWAP as well. That should be closing above that, and if it does, then I'll swing it 100%, right? 100% swing it, not my position. By that time, I'll take more out, obviously. But yeah, swinging idea is definitely there. We just have to be a little bit flexible with the stop. So as it stands, if it closes under 42, for me, that's the stop. But usually it should be under 41. But I'm a sissy on when it comes to stops, guys. Sorry. Yeah, this thing has a decent chance to keep ripping, because the more you see this here, RMED, I'm gonna be not doing anything on this one, but if you're a scalper, you can benefit from it. Uh, you see this here. This is a lot of more short sellers coming in, maybe averaging in, right? So if you see this, we saw the same thing here. You see this here, a lot of short seller coming in, and then they're like, "Oh, we're winning. There's a rug pull," but it never followed through. It actually get bought up. This is where it starts to panic. Once this starts to happen, that's when the squeeze happens. Especially at the break of the highs, that's when the squeeze happens. But just remember on this one, keep it's still getting kept shorted. But once it goes out the window, once that's over, you're gonna see the proper squeeze on it. But I don't think it might not come. These are just your normal average squeezes. But the squeeze that I'm talking about is, we're talking like $6-7 hit easily, $9-10 hit easily. Those are kind of squeezes I'm talking about, right? So yeah, 476 entry was there for sure. Yeah, definitely micro pullback. And beautiful volume picked up, and you would have had quite a bit of, actually you would have had your target for 76. I don't know. Yeah, that's easy target done. 25 cents done. Over. Okay. It's about to pop again. It's about to pop. Very interesting. Beautiful, beautiful. Tesla. Just gonna post this on Discord. I might even create a video on this one. It's a decent enough trade for us to create some decent videos on it. There it goes, RMED. Look at our MED go. This trade is gonna even look better after I post it, guys. But I'm gonna post it because I'll forget to post on trading floor. Yep, 100%, Zel. 100%. All it takes is one. Actually, one of my mentor used to say that. Just wait on your hands. Just wait as much as you can. Even if you don't take that day, any trades, forget about it. Just make sure you take the right trade and be done with it. That's it. And you can make huge amount of money just by doing that. And it might not be there. Possibilities might not be there that day, but that's fine. But yeah, all you need is one trade. I agree, buddy. Yeah, that's the, and it makes it much stressless. Like if you get yourself into this whole mentality of waiting for the right trade and not just taking iffy trades. Like here's, you might have noticed when I create the watch list, if I see like if I can't find the reason to put it on watch list, I just say no, I don't feel it, and I reject that. It could be looking good, but something like is not hitting there, right? So it's got to be 100% if I'm gonna put it. Like today I had watch lists, yes, but which one? Like I didn't mention about any of those apart from GTLB, which I am still trading, which is a long term anyways. I might swing it, but it's something that has to hit everything, every criteria. And the more it hits, the more likely that you have an edge on that. And if you can find those one or two stocks and just trade them, bro, you can master that. You can master that technique and be way ahead of everybody else. And before I go, I'm just gonna update you on this is okay, this is fine. I'm just having a runner on it, and pretty much the stop is just now under this swing low here. And even if it does take me out, which it might, which is fine because I've got huge trade out of it. The one that we are, like this one here. So I'm long here. Stop now, it could be under 42 right here, and when this breaks, the stop is going to keep rising, but it's not going to rise more than the VWAP. Just remember that, right? It's not going to rise more than the VWAP at all. So with this one, is because it's a bigger picture idea and a swing idea as well. If it meets the criteria is that it needs to stay strong for the day, not close under the VWAP and chop around. It needs to stay strong and close strong. The stronger, the better. When I say strong, close strong, that means at the very highest point on the high of the day. The closer to the high of the day it is closed, the better it is for me. So I'm gonna watch that for throughout the day, and if it stays over 44, great, perfect. All right. So that's the GTLB trade. 2 trades, and I'm perfectly done, guys. And I don't need to do anything else. All right. That's pretty much it, guys. And I wish you the best of luck today. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. EST. Catch you there. Stay safe out there, guys. Take it easy. See you, Zell. Thanks for being here. Cheers, buddy.